Well, Jimmy, this is happening. Don't know if it's ever going to be heard, but I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Does anyone know this track or why we would choose it to open the show?
I have no idea.
Like Rashawn's already ignoring me. Jimmy, do you know?
We're in trouble.
Oh, I didn't know that I was here yet.
Never mind.
Usually,
Jimmy, Sean's lost interest.
you might introduce people.
Jim
20
Daddy.
seconds in.
90 seconds into the show.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Jim Daddy, do you remember this track?
No, not off the top of my head.
All right, for the wrestling fans out there, this is Judas by Fozzy, and the importance on the show, I'm not going to ask, I'll just tell you. This was the first track that Chad played for tour and spawned the Does It Bump, Does It Rock, that whole arc in the show came from this. This was actually the first one played. I think this was back in 2022, believe it or not. But
Wow. Okay.
that's why we went with this to start things off. Jim Daddy is mic number 2.
Hey there, boy.
Hello, Jim Daddy.
How are you, man?
Are you as nervous as I am?
I'm not nervous at all. I'm ready to
So
go.
it's
Why would he
just
be
me.
nervous?
It's just me then.
good.
Okay.
I fucked up so many things. We're good.
Yeah.
I know, but this is my first one, so I
Yeah.
guess you never forget your
Don't
first.
worry there, boy. I fuck up so much, I'm bound to fuck your shit up, too.
I was going to go to, well, you know what? Dick, you're mic 3. It's nice to see you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice to see you as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see you. Thanks
I
for making
appreciate
time
it.
for this.
Oh, no, I'm happy to.
In reality, there's no way to do a show about the show without you. It's not possible.
Well, I appreciate it. I was going to say that hearing your memory and to be able to remember and pull that song up as in reference to what it, I mean, I got to say your memory is making my memory look way less creepy. So I appreciate it.
Okay.
And
That's
we're
all
good.
that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. No, you're the Chad Duke Show version.
I guess so. Well, thank you for making time.
No,
I
I
know you had to
appreciate
move
it.
mountains to get here. I appreciate
No,
it.
I'm happy to be here.
And I'm not going to look at you, but I am going to say thank you, Biker Sean, for coming up. I think he's still upset with me from over the weekend.
I don't. Hi, buddy. I'm not upset at all. You are a nervous Nelly. I mean, what did I do? You texted me. I
Yes.
responded to your text.
Yes.
Then we texted some more.
Well,
In what of our interaction made you believe that I was upset?
the long silence between responses would be a starting point. And then on top of that, you telling me on the phone, and I quote, "I'm a baby face. I can't be part of the train wreck.
Oh, my God.
So I will be there, but don't count on me for anything." End quote.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a baby
He basically
face.
said, "You guys go belly flop in the shallow end of the pool, and I'll watch."
Wow.
I don't think that's at all what I said. And I've given you excellent advice before, during, and after that conversation.
No, but he doesn't want to.
Excellent.
He doesn't want
Okay.
to take good advice. I've been trying to give him good advice.
Right. He doesn't want any good advice.
Sir,
I got to tell you.
Mr.
steamrolling
President, the
through
time
it.
for advice is over.
Yeah.
We are executing now, and there's a 50-50 that this gets played on Wednesday. I guess we'll see.
Joe, I just want to tell you something I think you should probably be prepared for. But, fuck off, Dick. I'm just going to, let's go. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm like, wow, okay.
So
All right. Quite confident here.
Joe simultaneously has zero confidence and all the confidence that he knows what's best. So I'm going to let him do what he knows best.
He's the Ant-Man's hair of confidence.
Right. He's simultaneously bald and has the biggest coffee cake font in the world.
do I say thank you to that? I don't even know. So this is a show about the show. And when Chad threw this out there, I was excited when I first heard about it because we're doing the pours on every other Friday, which, Jimmy, as far as I know, people have received it favorably. I think I know people generally, if they're enjoying something, they don't generally say anything. But the feedback that I've gotten from folks has been, it's been nice to kind of relive some of these memories.
Yeah, I agree. I've received nothing but positive thoughts from folks. It's honestly, it's not a lot, but it's some, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, well, we're also getting
Keep that fourth one.
Yeah.
we're also getting suggestions through the email. Every time I see people at up in the fortress where we are right now, they're saying, "Oh, don't forget about this." And honestly, sometimes
Lots of good suggestions.
there's a lot of good ones. There's some terrible ones too.
Yeah.
Some
Okay.
things that we would rather not revisit or
happens.
re-air, so
We
to
gotta
speak.
talk about those.
But even in prep for this show, people obviously my number is very known on the show, so people just started texting in things that they think we should we should do.
What is that number, by the way?
571-989-2937. Call me anytime.
Yes.
For what, Joe?
Yeah.
For anything real estate related in Northern Virginia. Thank you.
Oh.
Ideas.
It's very
about
odd
the
to plug
show?
yourself.
Not pictures or Redskins.
What about
we are-
media? of
Well,
any
thank you.
kind?
Every time
Yeah.
someone says don't send Joe dick pics, guess what I get for a week?
Oh.
It's
following?
crazy how that happens.
Yeah, it's
Well,
great. Thank you.
I think that's what Jimmy was saying.
Thank you so much. But we did get a bunch of suggestions, and I ran them by Jimmy, and I already knew the answer. Many of these were quite terrible. Revisit all of the nicknames for all the show cast members. That would have been a show in and of itself. I want to call out one person in particular. Peter and Herndon want us to take the show to Flying Ace on 3 days' notice.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did he want to have happen there? That's why I was more intrigued.
He tried to convince me that Jimmy had a drink at one of the live shows named after him once upon a time called the
he suggested a name.
the Jimmy Jitter, I think.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
think-
that's so good. It says here Jesty Jitters.
They're the
which
Jesty
is-
Jitters.
I don't know how he wrote that out, but
I don't
we
even
appreciate it nonetheless.
I don't think that happened.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
So, who would come to a live event of this show
Well,
on the planet Earth? Yeah, there's
We got some
there's
folks up
th-
here.
Yeah, there's 3 people here.
yeah,
I,
very Italian Persian guy.
Take it up with Peter.
Yeah, Polly John, and yeah.
Polly John, we're really bringing it back.
Yeah, I think we're looking at the people that would attend a live version of the show because they are here now. So
Yeah, but it's 10 minutes from their house.
Oh, that's
Imagine if we put it an hour away. What are we talking
I
about?
would be down one because you would be close enough to come, but you'd be already on the shows. Yeah, so maybe 2 people.
So it was equal parts. In short, it was equal parts of everything's going to be fine, and this is a one of one that no one's ever going to hear. So equal parts of this will be great, and it won't be so great. But on Friday last week, I popped on to Solid Dudes for a little bit, and Chad asked me a question. I think this is kind of where I wanted to start, Jimmy, if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
It's where we entered into the CDS universe, like proper, because this is now a 25-year plus, or close to 25 years, maybe longer, universe. I mean, in all the iterations of the Chad Duke Show, all of the hosts, all of the podcasts, all of the CDs, all of this stuff, it's been a long time. And Chad kind of put me on the spot, so I'm just going to jump in here and say I'm a radio Chad Dukes guy. Like, I came in from LeVar and Dukes, which became, if I recall, it became Dukes and Rooster, and then it became Dukes Solo. The 6:30 window, I think there was like a 30-minute show that was Chad Dukes vs. the World that became the afternoon drive show. Mm-hmm. That's where I came into this universe.
Okay.
Things like Crossing the Streams. He did he would do like a weekly hit with Clay
So
and
maybe like
Salisbury.
around like 2015,
Somewhere in that
area?
range.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that
Okay.
range. 2 o'clock became like appointment, like listening for me.
Nice.
Nickel Size Hail. Like, this is where I got to know, like the 1 inch, measurement, so to speak, of the Chad Dukes universe of like, there's this whole thing, because he would allude to Bode.
Yes.
I have no file on Bode.
And see, that was going to be my question for you. Like, when you hear a plug like that and you're a fan of this person, like, why wouldn't you just at least go look for it and check it out?
Yeah, you could pull an Ant-Man because that's basically what he did.
That's true.
He heard about, he listened to the sports show and heard about him plugging Big O Dukes, and then came over for the broadcast, I think is what it was, actually.
I mean, I have no recollection. I feel like maybe he mentioned the broadcast on air.
I think he did a few times, would plug the broadcast.
But where did you come into this universe? Because you go back, I think Jimmy goes back a little
the
further.
farthest. Yeah. I listened to a few shows in, like, I want to say 2007 or early 2008. But then I started listening every day, basically appointment listening, I would say about 6 months before the station flipped. And to the point where I actually applied to be an intern like a month before the station flipped. I didn't know it was going to flip. And
Now, there's been so many stations that have flipped.
yes.
What are we talking
oh,
about?
sorry. This is JFK
Okay.
in D.C. And, yeah, Drab, called me and said, hey, we want to set up, time to meet you. Can you come in and meet us? He's like, we got a lot going on in the next week or two. Can you come in? Like, it was basically like 3 weeks away. I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. And then, lo and behold, during that 2-week period is when they switched from, like, the Hot Talk, like, Mike O'Mara, Junkies, and Big O Dukes, to the sports station when it was
Right.
LeVar and Dukes. And so, yeah, I went like a week after the station flipped. I went and interviewed and started an internship not long after that. And so I intended to go be an intern on Big O and Dukes, but I ended up there like right afterwards. Which was
What year was that?
It's like 2009, I think.
2009.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
And
I think it's right.
Biker Sean, where do you enter into the picture here?
I was turned on to Bode. So I was a hot talk guy. I've listened to talk radio my whole life. I'm a giant Howard Stern fan, which has been discussed. So I've always listened to talk radio. It's what I primarily enjoy. And a friend suggested Big O and Dukes, but it was on at middays at the time. So I had to
I gotcha.
I worked in a mechanic shop. It's not really conducive for listening to talk radio. Like you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So, I would pick it up when I could and really liked it, and eventually found the podcast and was able to hear it once because they started podcasting very early.
Like 2010, I think.
Right.
2011, yeah.
So
I think it was a little less than a year.
It was
from
radio
when they
then
were on the
podcast, not
radio.
radio and podcast.
No, it was
Right.
radio, and then like Jimmy said, maybe like 10 or 11 months,
Yeah.
and they had a website that just said like, check back here soon or something
Yeah.
for like almost a year, and then they posted the first episode.
yeah. So they were very early podcasts, which
He's talked about it, like putting stuff up on Mega Upload. Where I used to upload Spotlight with Dick and Dukes on Mega Upload. And give so many viruses to people. It was such a ghetto. Because you have to like click on it and then wait 45 seconds for the link to go live, and just like, anyways. But yeah, it's been a while, and it was definitely early on when they started with it.
Yeah, and then I don't know what happened. I kind of listened a little here and there, and then I got very much back into Bode, which is when I started coming around to this studio a lot more, and I don't know.
Was there a studio before this studio?
There was. In
There was.
Manassas.
In Manassas, yeah.
So how long
It
is
was like an
this
abandoned
fortress?
office park, like an old IBM building.
That was the
Yeah,
bunker.
like the
If you ever
70s.
hear the bunker
The bunker,
discussed,
okay.
Yeah.
It was like a one-story, like, I don't know, 10,000 square foot building, just vast building, and they had the front, like, kind of corner office of it. Pretty, but it was cool. It was, yeah, and they were there for probably 6 or 7 years, I
6 or
think.
7, yeah.
It was like the first year or two when they started in 2010, 2011. They would record, I think the first episode might have been in Oscar's condo, but then they would record in Chad's townhouse.
Yeah.
He and Princess Dukes lived in a townhouse at that point, and he would have people come over. And so, like, a bunch of us, I don't know if you've ever heard, but, like, you mentioned Sven, Dan was there. I'm trying to think of who else. Even Ted at some point, but a few other people. And, yeah, we'd just go sit down in his basement and listen to them record for, like, 2 or 3 hours at a night. And then I think after, like, a year or so to that, Oscar was able to find a space like in a building where his main job was, and that's when they moved to Manassas.
And then here in Fairfax,
17 or 18.
Yeah,
17?
2017. Yeah, I think so.
2017.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there were
This was
shows.
a big deal when they moved here. Like it was, yeah, because I don't think that they ever had to pay rent at the previous place, or maybe like not. till
No,
the
because
end.
Oscar
What-
had it through.
What was
whatever
But,
that
but that place was a disaster. Like
It
had,
was.
It had a bathroom that had like sometimes you'd go in the bathroom and there'd be no toilets, just like the little hole in the tile, and you're like, you're like, what is this? And then you go into the women's bathroom and it'd be like a toilet had been thrown against the wall and smashed. And you're like, I don't know what's happening here. And so
guerrilla broadcasting.
It was quite a it was quite an interesting place. But we'd go out there and record wrap up shows. We would they would record on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we used to do a show called Rally the Horde, which is a wrap up show for Big O Dukes, and we'd go out on Wednesdays and on our own and record there. And so it was but it was fun. It was a fun place. It was far away.
and
So
and Jim Daddy, when did you enter into the
I
universe?
mean,
when did you become the universe?
You could argue that I've been listening
Since the
since
beginning.
before they even became Big O and Dukes, because I was the big Junkies guy on HFS when they came over. And Chad was their intern, and I remember them bringing on Oscar, and there were things where he had to man bag with people for contests for tickets, and then I don't remember why those two got picked to get put together, but they did, and eventually got.
I think they just tried. I think they spent so much time kind of in the same place
what
that
it
they
was?
considered like just doing it. Do you know that? So they like. Do you know when Chad was an intern, they would have him like prank call other radio stations, like other radio shows and stuff.
I know that because Chad used to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't
Yeah.
like consume that media firsthand. everything I know.
He kind of would
is-
do like he was just very like he wanted to get in the business, so he was very willing to kind of do bits for them basically, and so they would like he did a lot of stuff on the show. I
Lance
mean,
Armstrong was the big one.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, where he pretended to be Lance was for like 8 or 9 minutes in an interview before you laugh at
Wasn't
him.
he on DC 101?
Mhm,
Wasn't it?
talking to Elliot in the morning, until he like basically started laughing at him. But yeah, I mean, so it's been, but that was probably like 2002 or something like that, maybe
2
like,
or 3 maybe.
yeah, and so, but they speaking of podcasts, them being early on. When they first got their show, I mean, I never. It was before my time, but they always spoke about like their bunker shows, like a different version of the bunker when they recorded like 3 or 4 different like segments or maybe shows that like snuck into like the.
Oh, that was at 105.7.
Yeah, in Baltimore.
Yes.
Yeah, they
Oh
would
my
like
God.
sneak into the studio, and this was in like 2005 or
Yeah.
4. Yeah, and like
They had an inside man that let him in.
yeah, who let him in there?
I don't recall.
Jim,
No,
I
that's
think
a big
you're
mystery for a lot of people.
safe. Jim, I think you're safe. I don't think you will ever get a job in radio again. All right, it's okay.
What the hell? He just outed you and insulted you. It's so funny. I mean, I remember like 12 years ago, I was like, I wonder who it was that let him in. But,
But I mean, Jimmy, you got to be one of the very few people that have the full kind of end-to-end picture of where everything started and where we are.
he
Even now,
disappeared for like 8 or 10 years.
Well, still a listener though.
He was a listener,
Yeah.
yeah.
but even now, you just described like 3 shows as part of one show,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, I mean, the Chad Dukes show today has several shows on the show. I mean, if we're going to talk about this show, FFS is a show on the show,
Yeah.
right? Fastest Hour is a show on the show.
Yes.
I mean, You Shoot and all of the YouTube variants are
Solid Dudes.
Solid Dudes has become its own show
Yeah. it has.
at this point with a video component. I mean, those Fridays are, I mean, just if you lock in just on Solid Dudes here for just a second, that show started as Chad interviewing, if I remember, like different hosts or radio files. It started in one place and then it morphed. Like the middle of that evolution was Jimmy eating vegetables, and then and things just happening to Jimmy, so to speak. And now it's come full circle
Well, it
where
was
it's
like,
like people are invested in the cast of Solid Dudes.
At one point, it was like a 4 o'clock in the afternoon like show on with like Bo would be on it sometimes, or like I would or somebody else. But yeah, it has had multiple different
Yeah,
iterations.
but it's
just of that show.
appointment. It's appointment listening now for lots of people on
for
Friday
everyone
nights.
but Ted.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting.
And Tom.
Joe claims that it's appointment viewing, as we all know that he is a poor
Yes.
and refuses to pay for a subscription.
I mean,
I got the notification this morning that I
Another
will
one?
be, I need a sponsor. So
Oh.
I will be
Oh, no.
tuning in on Friday and saying thank you to somebody.
you and Ant-
Bobby.
How can Joe Azer host a show about the show, which by the way has no name?
yeah. No, you just said
and-
the name.
A nameless show about the show
Yeah.
and not be a subscriber.
Well, I am a subscriber. I don't pay for it.
Well, Anthony doesn't.
I'd like to be
gets
clear
gifted
here. I am a
memberships either.
subscriber, and I have all of the. I just don't have it today because my membership has lapsed. But I'm hoping by the next broadcast, I will have the back
So
catalog.
right now,
yeah, I mean,
if you
that's-
were a producer of this show and I asked you to pull something from
Yeah.
YouTube, you couldn't do it.
I would ask Jimmy to do it.
Well, I would-
No, he can't do that.
I wouldn't say that you've had a subscription for a while. I would say that Bobby WL has had 200 subscriptions for quite a while. So,
Right, Bobby Double L,
BDL,
L
and-
mouth ass.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
and Jan Rage. Don't forget about Jan Rage.
Oh, that's right.
Rage.
Yes,
Ham scammer himself.
but I think that's what makes this show unique, and I have a very difficult time explaining to people that are like have no file on anything related to JFK or the fan or Chad, like why this show on a daily basis is like, I'm not gonna say it's appointment listening because I'm not always listening exactly when the shows drop. Mm-hmm. But there's so much ground covered on a week-to-week basis. It's actually incredible if you think about. We've got to be at 700, 750 episodes, maybe more at this point. Just Chad
gotta
Duke
be
show.
more.
Well, it has to be more. I mean, he doesn't miss a show. There's a minimum
I
for
mean,
a
there's
week.
200
Yeah,
a year,
52.
basically.
Right.
Yeah.
We did a live 500th show That was
which feels like
summer
an
of
eternity ago, by the
Feels
way.
like a long time ago.
yeah. So
Right?
like how can you enter? I remember coming up here for the first time and meeting Chad. It was funny because we were talking about it before we hit go. People were saying, like it can be intimidating coming up to the Fortress for the first time. It was extremely intimidating for me coming up the first time. Because you don't the rules aren't posted anywhere. You just kind of come up here, and then God forbid you put a napkin with the soda cans, and it's the end of the world. Okay? Like it's recycling is a good thing.
Do not fuck up the recycling.
I am aware.
But see, this is where like Jimmy and I can kind of laugh a bit because 15 years ago it was like you don't even get in the door and you messed up. It's like it's always been threading the needle a little bit coming around it because I mean it's not just like one or two hosts that you don't want to like offend or whatever. You've got like every other pair of eyes in the room is on you. Like, I mean, we were talking about it before the show. Was like when the O.Beard first came up. I remember he got ratted on by like 4 different people for like every little thing he did. He's like, oh, he put a napkin in the recycling, and he left his plate here. It's just
real
like,
time.
Oh yeah, it was as soon as he left before like the next week or whatever they were. So
Joe, you didn't listen to Bode. You don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is talk radio, right? This is why I love talk radio.
Right.
I mean, because this was, and I get why, Chad would work well as an intern because he gets this and got it then. What can you bring? You're like, well, I'm not on-air talent. What I can bring is behind-the-scenes shit that's going to get everybody fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the goal, right? Is to just break balls. And you, in the Bode days, I would listen. I mean, you had the audience members out to get each other.
It was a badge of honor to be the stool pigeon.
Oh yeah, well because Drab started. At some point Drab got like named the Rat or whatever, and so then everybody wanted to be it. And that, but that's been like through every iteration. So it's even here when I don't know. It's just funny to think about that. Yeah, how cutthroat it's.
But it's intimidating coming up here. I think my first time up here was one of the holiday shows. I think. And it was themed.
That's a rough one to come
to
for your
and
first time.
it was
intense.
Yeah.
A lot of stimuli.
Everyone's up here with, I think it was like Hawaiian Christmas. It was some themed thing.
Had to be Christmas in June then.
It was something. Yeah. And I was up here just, normal clothes. And I mean, not only did Chad notice, and maybe he backed off a little because just a sponsor and first time up. But everyone else let me know that you should sit in the back. You should make your way out of here quietly when it's over.
Yeah.
Maybe don't draw any attention to yourself.
I mean,
don't
it's
linger.
not bad advice.
Don't linger.
No, I mean,
well, are you familiar with the Irish goodbye?
Yeah, you don't want to be noticed. Maybe like your first 1 or 2 appearances. You just kind of want to be like, hey, was there a guy back there? Like, I don't know.
That nice
that's kind of how you want to be the
trash
first
with him on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then like the third time you want to be like, hey, thanks for having me up, and then get out.
That was my first time up here. I wasn't, I was just coming out to watch the show and hang out.
Yeah.
And of course, I brought the pizza that you shouldn't bring up here.
So funny.
It's like,
I think it was like right after it became the pizza you're not supposed to, like literally the week later, maybe.
Right. I was just hadn't heard it or hadn't caught it. Who knows?
Bad timing.
Right.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. Trying to do a good thing.
Hey, that guy that brought up that
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, it's funny too. I mean, over the years, Jimmy's seen it way more than me probably, but you'll see guys that come up for the first time, especially for the holiday shows, or maybe they've only been up 1 or 2 times, and they have a few, and they're feeling pretty good, and the show ends, and they come right up, and they're about 6 inches away from Duke's face, and they're just talking loudly, and you're like, oh.
Well, if
well, that guy seemed nice, but I'm not ever going to see him again.
Let's take a good
all right,
look around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like there was a guy that was really one of like the best follows on Twitter or Instagram for the show. He would make a lot of like like art for like some of the jokes that had been on the show, and then he came up here and just could not handle it. Basically asked not to come back.
There are a lot of rules when you come up to the Fortress. I mean, dress code isn't one that I thought would be enforced, right? But
it's a holiday show. Okay, is this how you show up to a holiday party dressed like you're going to the gym, Joe? You are a fraud. Yeah. That's not what you wear to church. Okay.
Listen, I wore my Sunday best. Egypt. I wore my Sunday best to dinner and got wrecked for that too.
I heard you were wearing gym shorts and a tank top.
That was for one of the. That may have been like the Free FMEs or something I came up here with, and yeah, that was its own. Everything is a 6-month arc on this show. Right? Yeah, I can't listen. I can't turn anything on. I think I had my foot may have been busted up at that time too, and I remember
There's lots of excuses I'm hearing.
It's not an excuse. I remember telling Chad, I'm busted up from basketball, and the thing I look forward to the most is listening to the show. And I think for 6 weeks straight, he opened the show basically harassing me because I dressed inappropriately to the holiday show.
We knew you were listening.
I like that.
Well, weren't
that
you like
Joe-
a soldier in army for a long time?
Explain to me Joe's actions then. Joe claims that he's so nervous and, there's so many rules. Oh, it's so hard to handle.
Yeah.
He has been trolling Chad for 18 months.
Yeah.
This came up on Solid
This is
Dudes,
not the point of this show.
And I am going to push you a little bit, Joe.
Yeah, that's
Look,
what doesn't
look,
make any sense.
It's just us. Chad's not even here.
Yeah, he'll never hear
he's
this.
Never
I feel
gonna
like
hear
he's
this.
watching though.
He's not watching. He's not going to make it this
Jimmy,
far.
remember to cut
cameras
this part out.
everywhere.
Right.
We're
Jimmy agreed he'll cut it out. Don't worry.
we're 25 minutes in. It's been horrible. He turned it off. No one's going to hear
Oh
this.
my God.
It's the most boring show anyone's ever heard.
Explain to me, Joe,
Yeah.
why you continue to do what you do. It's on purpose.
There's
Just
nothing
admit
to
it.
explain.
There's nothing to
There's
explain.
nothing to explain.
Joe, do you want me to say into this microphone what you brought up here?
You're free. I don't want you to, but I mean you can.
Well, what do you mean?
I offered you a beverage.
3 weeks ago, there was 45 minutes spent
It's
on the
not
Chad Duke
meant-
show
I
I
about
gotta
what
say,
to
this
bring up
looks
here.
awfully crisp.
You should try it.
right.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Joe,
Go ahead, Sean.
Joe, this is clearly a troll. I mean,
It's
there's
not
no...
mango and it's not tropical.
Joe, there was
Anil
40...
cut a pineapple up here, and everybody was like, "Ooh, this is the best pineapple ever."
That's
But
delicious.
no,
Very good.
That's not true. He got yelled at the whole time for dripping shit and making things
I know.
sticky.
Yeah. I mean, that's all he does is bring fruit around and get yelled at for it. Or bring glass bottles of Molson Ice.
I'm
For a
making. It was an
decade.
offering.
Yeah.
Fruity
For a
Dukes.
decade.
I was making an offering.
Yeah, for a
Okay?
decade.
For a decade, he's been doing this. Joe, who's talking about all the rules up here, how intimidated and worried he is,
Yeah.
continues. And Chad's not even here to troll.
Yeah.
The only reason to bring this is so that it gets brought up
Yeah.
and it pisses him off.
I mean,
I
that
don't think
seems
he'd be
to
upset about this one.
You don't
Why?
think he'd be upset about sparkling malt apple juice being brought up by
what's
the
the name
case to
of
the
it?
studio?
What's the name of it?
I
The
challenge you to
brand.
pronounce it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Ferus.
You nailed it.
Yes.
Wow.
You nailed it.
Right. Which is the only English on this can, in case anybody is wondering.
Yes.
Okay? So, Joe, it's just us. Come clean.
Wait, does this have
You can-
alcohol in it or not? It
This
there's
isn't
no
alcoholic,
alcohol.
is it?
No, no.
says
there's
malted barley in the ingredient.
No, there's no alcohol.
Okay.
There's no alcohol.
You brought a case of this up, Joe.
Well, just in case somebody wanted to take one home or
What
two
if,
home, it's
if
fine.
somebody wanted 23 or 4 of
That's
them
fine,
to
too.
take home? I mean, yeah, you got to give him a straight answer, right? I mean, are
No,
you
there's
just
no
trying-
answer. There's no answer to the question. There's no answer. Just like on Friday night, there was no answer.
But like, what about the chips a few weeks ago? You know, there was like it was like octopus tentacle.
They were hot squid,
flavored.
I
Hot
think. Hot
squid.
squid. They
That's
were
hot
not
squid.
shrimp. They were
Yeah.
hot squid.
No, but they're hot
So
squid.
technically,
This is the argument of a 4-year-old.
no good.
Joe, I'm not.
Yeah.
why are we talking about this?
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Why are we talking about this?
What? Because I have you here and there's nowhere for you to go.
Yes.
And I am going to get to the bottom of this, and I don't care who's at the top.
Yeah. And everybody else already listening fell asleep, so we're good.
Why you keep doing it, Joe?
What?
You clearly, Oscar was the same way, and he can never admit to it either.
Nah,
You clearly like having your penis slapped with a ruler.
yeah.
That is the
definitely
only
do.
explanation, because it is so easy to bring up exactly what was asked 3 weeks ago
Yeah.
to bring up here. The only things.
Yes.
Do you think that this sparkling malt apple juice was on that list? Did I mishear?
No.
Okay.
Check the list.
It wasn't
Yeah, it's
on the
not there.
list.
So it wasn't on the list.
But there isn't a list that says don't bring it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's I think it's the same list.
I'm just.
I think that was a list of things.
We have
only
rules.
things to
we
bring.
have rules. Does it say don't bring sparkling
Yes.
apple drink?
No. Well, it does because it says only bring these things.
Wait.
Is only on there? Does it say
yeah.
only?
Yes.
I don't
so,
recall.
So
I don't recall.
So
I'm
what
just
your
innocent.
claim is that we need to make a definitive list of things that should not be up here, and that's the only way that you
Yeah.
will know what not to bring.
I think for future visitors of the fortress,
No!
we should know exactly what not to bring. And the list should get longer over time. Yeah, that's how we should do it.
Dude, it will.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what about
That way there's no guessing, Sean.
What about a new segment for this show called
Right.
"What Not to Bring"? How about that?
You know what? Joe can put that out to his subscribers, okay? Follow Joe. So, you know what? Text him. What's the number again, Joe?
No, I'm not. No.
Text Joe. Ask him what you could bring up here. He's going to record a list for like
Do it
8
in,
hours.
Yeah, do it with your phone's camera. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I don't know how we ended up on this topic, Sean.
I want to be clear.
Okay.
You're not going to answer.
No, I'm not going to answer.
You're not
Of course
gonna
I'm
answer the question.
No, why would I answer? Why would I answer this question? It's a bad
Provide
question.
clarity.
It's a bad question.
What?
No, it's a bad question.
Joe,
very
it's
important question.
It's the
I would
only
say-
thing I care about.
I would say it's a foundational question right now.
You
It's
know,
one of the.
maybe we're just rocky. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll be all right.
I can't believe what he's doing right now. I can't believe it. I can't.
I mean, why do you think I keep looking over my shoulder? I'm expecting something to be here.
Oh, we got a special
Orgy's
guest
coming up.
in the building. with us.
Orgy's availing
no
himself
dancing
of the
allowed.
microphone.
O.Beard.
No dancing allowed.
I was going to say, since we were praising the rats before,
Yeah.
I actually had the specific conversation aside from the show with Joe. Nobody else up here. Nobody else around for miles.
Okay.
And with a straight face, specifically in regard to the trays, the answer was, I think he'll like it. I think Joe has his kayfabe so in place
Yeah.
because I don't think he's
How
dumb.
did we end up here?
This
I
is
don't think he's
1991 Undertaker? Is that what you're telling me?
It must be.
Is that what you're telling me?
So he.
I really think that's it.
Like-
he has. I don't know if it's self hypnosis or
Do you
what's
think like
going on.
the actual personality is merged with it, or it's just been lost, kind of behind?
I don't know. Maybe just being yelled at for the basketball shorts and so on was so traumatic that like
Might
he's
have
got
been.
like a schizoid personality.
Oh, it
that's,
could
like,
be. Yeah.
driving him to think, oh yeah, Chad's gonna love spicy lobster chips.
Well,
I think
Yeah.
that's Chad's theory, though. He knows better.
I don't know how to respond to that one.
you know, hold on. We're looking
God.
at this. Yeah, you're on the right track there. There's some sort of a front, like a year and a half to
Can
2
I-
years ago, that Joe is doing this long get back about.
There's no.
This is like when
okay.
This
I'm
is
gonna-
like when that
hold on,
painting
hold
came
on.
out,
Hold on.
and it was like a culmination of a year and a half.
I'm
of revenge.
gonna
That's what
ask
this
you
is.
all a real question, and you answer for real.
Okay.
Has Chad always liked bourbon?
No.
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 So things change over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's possible. It's possible that tastes change. Yes or no?
Joe.
But
Yes,
it's
yes
not-
or no? Yes or no?
But it's not like he. Yeah.
The answer would be yes.
It's not
yes,
like he's currently
Joe.
drinking
It's
pear
possible.
drinks every day, and he's like, maybe I'll change.
He's
to
Fruity
apple.
Dukes.
If you want that argument, like I'll grant it to you. But when you were told at Commonwealth Dry Goods, Joe, I don't like that. Joe, I don't want that around me. You brought it up to the studio 2 more separate times.
He did not say I
2
don't
more.
want it around me.
At least.
He threw it back in my face and said, I don't drink this. And that was it.
That's enough.
But what about bringing up 1 or 2 for him to try before you bring up a case and hide it in the corner?
It's okay. It's okay.
And you give it to the one man that you say, keep your mouth shut, don't tell Dukes and Ant-Man.
Well, listen,
when you know that's the first thing he's going to do.
That is 100%. That entire thing that happened on the show, that was 100% Ant's fault. Okay, because
Most things
he was
are.
instructed very clearly outside. Don't put it in your bag. Put it in your car. Don't take it in because you're going to be blotto by the end of the show, and you're going to pull it out, and it's only going to be funny to you. And of course, he didn't listen.
Let me tell
Joe,
you.
hold on.
About 4 years ago, I gave Ant-Man 2 of the best jokes ever when he had an ongoing feud with somebody on the show here. And I told him, just wait for the hoot. We were doing the hootenannies. I said, I will look at you when it's time to say them, right? And he couldn't wait. He said both of them within the first 4 minutes of the show, and they got blank stares from everybody. And I was like,
I love Ant.
so you can't tell him anything, like, ever. You can't find out anything.
So we can move on if you'd like.
I would like.
But I just want to recap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a bit. Chad's taste might change, even though he's never going to drink one of these things or eat one of these things you bring him because he doesn't like them. And when you continued to bring up the mango juice, it was Ant's fault that you brought it. I just want to make sure.
Ant's fault that you got caught.
Yeah, the timeline's a little off here. Okay.
Is it?
Yes. There was 2.
Seems pretty straightforward.
There was mangoes in studio only once, and that's because of Anthony bringing it up into the studio. The following week, I had it in my car.
You
It
were
didn't
handing
come
them
upstairs.
out. You were
That was
handing
the
them
orange.
out.
Sean, that was the orange drink.
There are 2 different drinks.
And today it's apple. What's the problem?
So much fruit.
And your claim is it's not to make Chad upset.
Does he not like fruit now?
Did you hand him some delicious apples? Is that what you gave
Is
him?
this not a delicious
Did you
apple
give
drink?
him an apple? Does Fruity
Is
Dukes
this not an apple drink?
Is Fruity Dukes spotted walking down the street juggling canned drinks? No. Okay. He's tossing around oranges and apples and nanners even.
What about canned drinks with Farsi written all over them?
Seems even less likely.
This is your fault that we ended up here. I just want to say. I just want to say that out loud. Okay, we're here in this cul-de-sac because of Sean. All right.
No. You can believe that. No one else will ever believe that.
My.
We are in this cul-de-sac here,
Yes.
as you called it, because you continue to troll the show and Chad and will not own it.
I don't see it that way.
We're gonna come in
We're
like
not on the same page.
we're gonna come in next week and they're gonna be like pawpaw trees, like getting like pots around.
I didn't know there would be this level of confusion over the fruit. Okay. We've
some
retired.
confusion.
Where do you think the confusion lies, Joe? Let's get to the bottom of it.
Listen, I didn't bring mango or tropical fruit. It's an apple drink. I'll take the leftovers. All right, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't need to be a thing, but he does like apple. Maybe I'll leave one for him. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
You
That's
might
a good
want to
idea.
leave. You should leave 2, just in case he really likes the first one.
Can we go back to the show about the show?
Yes.
Can we do that, please?
Oh, this isn't the show
This is
about
very
the show.
important. Yeah.
This is not the show
This is
about the show.
investigation. This is investigation, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, look, the show. I think we ended up here because of Solid Dudes and what had happened. But if you go back to the Jimmy eating vegetables part of Solid Dudes, like that middle part of the arc. I mean, if the show is 5 or 6 years old at this point, we're almost to 6 years old. That was in the 2 to 3 year kind of like window, I think, or maybe 3 to 4.
I mean, that was after the heart attack because that's when they started with me eating healthy. So
Was it
that's-
that recent?
I mean, that's past.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just the past
that's
year
even
then.
Past all the beers.
Were you on the Shady Maple? No, you were not on the original
I
Shady.
was.
No, he was.
The original one, and then you went back just a couple weeks ago.
He was on the original
Yeah,
one.
I was on the original. There's only
Yes.
been one with the show.
One with the
Yeah.
show, but you went
But I
a
went-
second time.
Yeah,
on
because he
your-
brought
Okay,
the
I got it.
recording device that was like that big.
Yeah, I mean,
He brought the recording device that was a 1999 iPhone.
Yeah.
And all of the cables completely tangled in a box. I mean, the idea that Jim and Joe are hosting a show about the show is preposterous.
Well, I love
They
it when
both
What's the
hate the show.
problem?
They
I
both
love-
hate it.
I love when
I
Chad
love the
goes,
show.
all right, is the van ready to go? And it's set up ready. He goes, yep. And we walk out there, and it's just the cables were in a box, and nothing else was done. They were so tangled.
Yeah, we're ready.
It's just like 15 minutes of
I tested everything in the studio.
and then tangled all the cords. It's so funny.
Where are those cords right now, all tangled
That was a
together in
wild-
the green room?
tangled back up. That's right. That was my so personally
That was
for
a
me.
wild trip.
That was my favorite, and it's come up a couple times because I've been asking for permission to run it in bits, right? In like longer format sections.
Oh, for the Porsche
or segments for the Porsche show because
Nice.
it was not on the Founders Fiesta. It was released in January, just as it was a 4-hour long 1-episode drop, and I
Just
want
on
to say
like
it was
a
on
Thursday,
Friday.
right?
It
Something
was just
that.
like a random show.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I loved listening to it, and you guys were. I mean,
It
you
was
were on
better
it.
listening to it than I thought it would be when we were recording.
Well, I imagine
thought
recording
gonna
it was terrible. I imagine sitting there for 3 hours in each direction
Actually,
Well, that was
talking.
fun.
That's a lot of talking.
be- Well, no, just
Actually.
making sure no one else spoke.
let me tell you, doing the show on the drive up was probably the best thing ever
funny.
because it went by in a blink of an eye for me.
Yeah.
And then we get there and I go, we've just recorded for 3.5 hours. Nobody else in the van has been able to speak
No.
because we've been recording.
Quiet the whole time. Yeah.
And then I got to stuff my face. It was
Yeah.
great.
Which and I really enjoyed it because way back when, in like early on in the podcast era, I want to say maybe like 2012 or something like that, they did a bit that originated on their radio show in Big O Dukes. They did a fast food world tour where they would like have a bunch of friends get together. They'd take like a Chariots for Hire or something down, and then have a bunch of listeners follow them down to a fast food place, and they just basically storm it. They did Fat Burger, Sonic, yeah, and Steak and Shake, and they and it was, and so anyways, but those were always fun because being in those cars, it was always like a wild, like just fun debaucherous kind of time where everybody's like
how many people were in that van that day?
And the one going up to Shady Maple, there were like
6 to 7,
and but
you had OB all the way in the back.
yeah.
Oh yeah, O.Beard was there.
Orgy was
Was it
driving.
Neil?
Orgy was driving.
Neil from Grand Slam was there, right?
He was.
I believe Brian was on this trip. No?
No.
Brian was there.
Oh, we
Was
did
it?
have Brian.
Yeah.
Brian was in the back with Ant. So yeah,
Oh,
so it
shit.
was.
There was no
OB, it
Ant
was-
because Ant was like
Ant, yeah.
dead or something.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Or
Brian.
something.
Dead.
And then Orgy was driving. Dick, me, Chad. That's 7.
Who else was in the front with you, Orgy?
Lawson.
Oh,
Lawson.
right,
Oh,
Lawson.
that's right,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Kimberly had to meet us there.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Kimberly.
Kimberly was Lawson.
Yeah. It's like, just
Lawson
forgot
always-
Lawson.
Lawson
I always
gets
just forgotten.
because Lawson wasn't going to be in the van.
Yeah.
But Kimberly dropped and Ant-Man dropped, and then Lawson made the van.
Yeah, and then he capitalized on it.
He
Dukes didn't
capitalized and
notice.
hopped in front.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing. Like, I'll be up front. I'll be away from you.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, which is funny because on the old trips Zohan had to be in the front because he was the unfun one, so they put him up front to navigate. But anyways,
is
my
a thing.
point.
This is a thing.
My point was they never recorded shows in those, but it was fun. Granted, a bit calmer than those used to be, but it was fun being able to like record and like memorialize like kind of the trip and be able to go back and share it with people as opposed because it was always fun and it was always fun telling the stories of it.
Yeah.
Like.
It's so easy to
Ditching
forget.
people at the place or whatever, and making them come home with listeners or whatever, and it's just fun to be able to share it this time. And so I really enjoyed
I mean,
it.
for me, that one kind of fits into two kind of categories, right? It's both a live show and it's basically a CD exclusive as well. Like just because of the duration, like it's encapsulated, it's very focused on one, like very specific thing.
Yeah,
But road trips and show trips are a huge part of the larger, again, CDS universe. Did there were beach trips? I'm asking, were there beach trips on Bode or Rodcast or any of the other iterations prior?
yeah. Chad actually used to have a website called Beer and Pig where he would discuss. It was like they'd have blogs, but they'd also have their own episodes. And that's where he would put a lot of the recap shows because the recap shows would always kind of be their own animal. They'd be like 2 to 2.5 hours, and those, even though 2.5 kind of is like somewhat of a norm for like a Tuesday show or a Wednesday show or certain shows around here or like the Solid Dude shows, it was pretty uncommon to make them that long back then. And so they were fairly I would say from the beginning of at least the podcast era.
Yeah, I mean,
And probably from the radio actually too. I think he was recapping some of those.
They were definitely
early on.
coming back to the show. Recap.
They were very small groups, even smaller groups back
Right.
then. But and I mean, at some point, some of these beach trips, there were like 10, 12 people going down. So
And he mentions it like back then. Funds weren't what they are today, and it's like you got 10 guys sleeping with 3 couches and a floor.
oh yeah, I had a few weeks sleeping on the floor at the place, and that's fine. It'd be
Right. As
14
long as-
people in a 2-bedroom place. So
As long as
fine.
Chad had his bathroom. Well, everyone else, good fucking luck.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess if you get your place kicked in by Bo, then you want your own place. But no, it was some of those were wild. But yeah, he did. They were so that's kind of a bit that's morphed here, but it's become. I don't know. They've become more like woven into the fabric of the show here. There, they were more just kind of outliers. You knew that in the summer they were going to go. There'd be a recap kind of thing.
Yeah.
But here it's kind of they're more kind of like destination and
I mean, if
episodes.
all of you boys have been on at least one beach trip at this point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you also did like there was a film festival trip. There was a Nashville trip I think you were part of as well.
The first screening for Tapawingo I went to as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sean, have you
That
gone
was-
anywhere outside of beach with the show?
No.
And
Yeah, just Shady Maple.
Shady
Right,
Maple. Yeah, that counts.
The
And
beach.
But probably have. I'm not sure offhand though.
So
There's been a lot of. I mean, we used to take trips to like disc golf courses on the weekends, stuff like that, or go camping sometimes overnight.
I think for again, and I'm as somebody who's relatively new again into the universe, the beach shows quickly became. Again, I had no file on beach shows before this show, the Chad Duke show, and the first time everybody went on location as that original cast, if you will, was the Nelson County trip, which we just revisited. I don't know, a couple weeks ago on the Pours, where of course we get the amazing Jimmy Sounder about Supreme Pizza, but that was a wild trip. I think that may have been Tor's first trip with the show also. Tor eventually made it to the beach as well on a couple different trips.
I think they had a beach trip.
I think he'd been to the beach
that.
before that,
Yeah.
but like that, it's a different. The beach is one thing. Like going on a trip like that's a different
Yeah,
animal.
it's a different, and it's very unique. It is probably one of my favorite places. Like I love the Outer Banks. It's so much fun, and the shenanigans you can get into down there is fun. But that Nelson County house was so fucking creepy and weird. And then of course you got to find out all of my sleep apnea abnormalities that were taking place.
So yeah. Now we get all the cartoons that commemorate your time down there.
So good.
Not realizing that Supreme Pizza also had me. Yeah, love that.
The Nashville trip too, Jimmy, was one that got a long run on the show.
Because I mean, there was just so much stupidity that took place, mostly surrounding me. But there were others that combined in that aspect as well.
You did. See, I mean, you were trolling Dukes. One might argue you were trolling Dukes on that trip. Yeah.
How? What did I?
Well, I mean, what happened when he was at the arcade?
Dude, Neil was feeding me gin and tonics really strong.
Well, did you guys
at
go
10
through a
a.m.
bottle like in his hotel room or something?
Before we even left for the barcade.
This is wild. No, you did that.
Neil is an anomaly.
Yeah.
And you never know which Neil you're going to get. And it's such a bummer because
It really
sometimes
is.
you get crazy,
Yeah.
wild, out of control Neil.
Yeah.
Then you invite Neil somewhere and he's like, ooh, can't do it.
Yeah.
Got to take it easy today,
Sometimes
boys.
you do like gin shots while getting suplexed, and then the next night he's got like a monocle in, and he's like writing. And you're like, I guess I'll just leave you alone tonight. You're like, what happened?
doing his crossword.
Yeah,
There's a random bruise on my back. Fucking Neil Hug.
he's
God
got
damn it.
spiked like 4 times. Yeah. But yeah, that was quite. Actually, that Nelson County trip is one of the ones I always missed out on, or felt like I missed out on, because it seemed like such a fun trip.
It really was.
Was that the same one as the football trip where like
Yes.
okay, where Tor was getting
And
dusted
that was the
by
best
Joe?
part because
Yeah.
we're going to each one of the places
right.
to drink the seltzers because everybody, that was the thing back then. And it's like you get to a place and there's an open field and it was kind of chilly out, but none of us gave a shit.
Yeah.
And we're fucking running routes in
Yeah.
our shoes, in our socks.
Yeah, Tor's just getting dusted.
Getting
funny.
smoked.
And he was not happy.
No, I mean that's no good.
Tor went to Japan once on the show. It was discussed on the show, or twice. Once. We had two Seans go to Japan.
Tor went one time.
Tor went
Yeah.
one
He's only
time.
been to Japan once.
Yeah,
He went
he's been to
twice.
like Italy twice or something.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah.
But, I mean, those were talked about on the show as well. I mean, they're not technically show trips, but they were discussed on the show.
Yeah.
Ted and Ant went to New Orleans,
Yes.
where Ted was on a bus
With
doing
their love
something. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, look,
Oh,
we
that's
could,
right,
you
yeah.
could discuss that
Thumping
infinitely.
mules.
I mean, because why Ted is so obsessed with this thing.
I don't
I mean-
know. It's so weird.
He lives.
That's what he spends his money on. It's
That's
so
it.
weird.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
where it goes. This
Throw
is-
away plastic toys.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And whatever it costs him to be part of that crew,
imagine.
which let me tell you, Joe, it ain't cheap, buddy.
That's all I keep hearing.
That's what I
I
heard.
think he joined that group because a different girl way back when wanted him to join it. So it's like it's not even with her. Yeah, whatever.
But he gets stuck on stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
that's
does.
his. That's his.
Wait, how
touch.
long has Ted been in this universe?
Since
far is-
early on with Bode.
Yeah, I'd say like 2011.
It was
maybe.
really early, right? Because I have a faint.
It's like the
maybe,
second year of the podcast, probably.
Maybe
We're
Dick
still-
could remember. Like, I have a vague memory of Ted being really new and maybe like auditioning to host Rally the Horde.
No,
Is
he's,
that-
there's
He was a
yeah.
host?
Yeah.
Ted was a host?
He was the main host.
Jimmy, you and I can absolutely do this if Ted is the Bard. Are you
Oh,
kidding
shit.
me?
It was Ted and Jimmy for a while. That was on here. Well, right, that was at the end of it, right?
yeah.
Ted, yeah. No,
Wait.
Ted was Ted came around. I'd say like 2011. He might have come out to Ultimate, I think, originally. But anyways, we ended up at Whole Foods one time, and he bought like a gigantic like leg of lamb.
That's right.
And then like gave it to Chad's wife to like take home to cook or something as like his gift.
Here,
Have this-
here.
Yeah, like just gave it to her.
You're busting my balls over mango juice.
Because I think everyone's talking about like roasting and having like a grilling out the next day or something like that. And so like he, because of his brain, interpreted that as like, I'm not invited. Like they said like, yeah, well, Ted, you get a lamb or whatever. And he just thought that was like, I'll get the lamb and give it to them and like not be invited. And then there was one time when he was like wandering around behind, like we were hanging out on the deck and he was like wandering around behind the fence in Chad's like townhouse. He had been invited over. No, he had been invited over. He just didn't know how to be human. So he like, is that right? Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember those
yeah.
stories. But yeah, I came up to back up Sean's recollection in terms of when he first came around, there was an audition process for who the host of what became Rally the Horde would be. And he was one of like 3 leading contenders. And like he got the leg up because he was a lawyer. And so they thought he'd have his shit together.
Yeah. I got so mad.
So when,
They were praising him and just trashing me the whole time. I was so
yes,
mad.
exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Is that what you were going to say?
No, yeah, that's where I was going.
So bitter.
Was that, yeah, he edged out Dick because, you know, he was a lawyer, had shit together, could put
I
together
kept trying to make the
Ouch,
case. I was like, all he does is compliment. He doesn't say anything.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, yeah, that sounds great. And I'm like,
I remember that so vividly. Like
So bad.
Ted was and I think it was honest, but you know, Ted's bright. Ted is Ted.
Yeah.
Right? And he would just it was overly like praising Chad and it was, as a listener, I was like, what in the fuck is going on here? And then
and I was like, Dan and I were gonna like stand up for it and be like, this is why we're doing it. And Dan just like sat there behind, like hiding. I'm like, you asshole. I'm like, I'm just up here getting like, yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.
but yeah,
Because
Ted
we were
was-
putting out a terrible product at the time. We were like recording in my mom's basement. Like it was so bad. It
couldn't even be
was like the
bothered to
Shady
record it
Maple
well.
audio was better. Like not even kidding. It was so yeah.
I didn't know Ted was a host.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, he was one of the original. That was like the very early part. Like
Ted checked out because of that show.
Yeah, because it was too stressful taking all the notes.
That's why you don't see Ted.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
why
when
you
we
don't
were
see
in
him up here.
Manassas for 8 years, he would sit in the way back with his laptop
Yeah.
taking notes of the
I
show.
mean, he
the
did
whole
that.
time.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did
he
that
was
here.
still doing that
No,
up
that's
here
true.
when
Yeah,
I
he's still
started coming
doing
around up here.
That's right.
I don't understand. What were the notes for?
So he'd remember everything that was discussed on the show for
I
the
mean,
wrap
his-
up show.
his
Because
notes.
if he wasn't blowing smoke up their butts, he was just recapping dryly what had happened on the show.
You know, the best part was he was this meticulous about it, except for the entire time he was stuck with either myself or this other guy, Bobby, who was more of a disaster than I was as producers. So no matter how hard Ted tried to prep or get a show to go, it was off the rails from the producer from the beginning, and it was always getting canceled. And, like, he tried so hard.
You ever heard this, Joe? But yeah, Ted would take copious notes. And the wrap-up show for this show, for Bode,
It was such a disaster.
It was a disaster. It was a nightmare. It was very... content came out of it. So I definitely, like, you don't want to let that go. Like, just let them keep doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because, you know, inevitably stuff would come from it. But Ted, instead, because he's incapable of being a human, instead of saying, hey, I can't do this, or maybe relaxing on his notes or whatever, just was like, nope, can't do it anymore.
Just
I can't.
changed his number and disappeared.
And that was it. He just won't come up here anymore.
Think about-
Ted won't come up.
Joe, think about this. At one point, I had been the producer. I got fired, and the show got canceled, and Ted was, like, disappointed about it. Then a few months went by, and this Bobby guy proposed bringing the show back with Ted, and those two didn't get along. But they brought the show back, did it, and it was pretty decent for, like, 3 or 4 months. But he didn't like this guy Bobby at all. So then at a live show, when he was supposed to, like, promote him, he fired him out of the blue and, like, pissed him off so bad. And then who do you replace him with? Me, the guy that got fired off the show. And then what happened? The show got canceled like a month later. So it's like Ted's equally responsible for that stuff too.
I mean, this is wild to hear for me, and I'm literally learning this right now. I understand now the angst around the wrap-up show or a best-of show or
This is why you
the
got
Pours
warnings
edition.
from everybody you spoke
I just
to.
came in after vacation and said, "Hey, I listened to a bunch of segments and I really liked them. We should do something." And next thing I know, he was.
This is just the wrap-up show. We haven't even gotten to the best of show.
The besties.
We haven't even talked about Jim
No, there's a
putting
lot.
together best ofs that
that
See, when I spoke to you and I said I've been
Against, like,
fired
yeah.
5 times from wrap-up shows, I wasn't joking.
Right. How many times has Jim been fired?
I
for
had a
wrap-up
pretty
shows?
good 6-episode run.
There were some good
There
episodes.
was even
in
a
there.
T-shirt.
There was merch,
was.
Joe. The Bestie with Jesty merch.
Where's
those
this merch? He's rocking Big Dog today.
Dude, he bought one from each of his family members. He bought half of the merch that he sold.
Right. He bought 1/3.
He did buy 6 shirts. It's so funny.
He had these Bestie with Jesty shirts.
It was the second episode. He just started talking about having a show, or a shirt too. It's just-
There's a shirt. Okay, it's going to be great. It's the Bestie with Jesty. He tanks it the fastest anybody could ruin a gig
oh man.
in their lives.
And he got to the point where he was producing. There were good shows. Like it was good production quality. Like
that was a
full
solo
good
show,
stuff.
Jimmy?
I mean, it was kind of like the way you do it now. Like it was me in between the segments, and then it was, I talk too much, and then we fix that.
That's where the Missouri story came back out. That's where it became my favorite story.
Missouri.
And, like nobody remembered it way back when he told it on the Bestie.
When you moved to Kansas City
yeah.
Yes.
for 6 weeks
Yes.
Dude, he was hosting a best
for
of
a woman.
Yes.
Yes.
He was hosting a best of a Big O and Duke show. And he's opened up the best of show talking about this Missouri story that had nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, I don't even remember why it happened. I remember thinking it, and I was like, no, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to do it.
And then he did.
Was that the
That
last?
I
Was that the
held-
last one?
No,
wasn't.
no, that was like this third one. Then I held on to that story for a while.
So
Just
hold
keep
on.
it in your back.
Where
Oh,
are,
yeah.
where are those shows now?
Well, they're
Gone.
gone.
They're not on a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah,
Nobody-
they're in the heart. Yeah. I think actually I still have them. 'Cause
You gotta
download
find
them.
those for me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I need to hear those. I need to hear those.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's good. Look,
Why
those
just
things are,
wanna-
No, yeah,
those are,
yeah, hold on. I'm gonna check with Dukes before I send it.
those are locked in a vault,
A
Joe.
second thought. No.
I mean, everything is.
So no, I think
somewhere.
yeah. Actually, he's the only one who has escaped being on a host on a wrap-up show or getting fired from
Oh, I'll escape being a host
So
on almost anything,
it. Yeah.
except a failed anime podcast.
Failed.
Failed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Did it get played?
I think it showed up on some
It
stream.
came up on the
What was
feed.
it?
was on
What
the
was it
feed.
called? Do you remember?
Was it the Children of Emir, Sons of Emir? It was an Attack
Something
on
of
Titan.
Ymir,
It was
Yeah.
you and
Kevin
Tor.
Smith and Tor.
okay.
And I think Enoch came up from the audience once or twice.
It was 3 or 4 people that are incapable of speaking into a microphone.
So yeah. It's wild.
About anything.
Jimmy, you produced that one, Jimmy?
I did not.
No,
No,
that was
Tor.
Tor.
Yeah.
Tor.
Tor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tor.
And it was...
Smith.
Well, it can't be failed if it got played. I mean,
Yeah, I think
it
it was
only got
okay.
one episode though.
well, I mean, if you recorded 3
Did
and
you guys
played
ask
one,
to do
then,
a second
yeah.
one? You might not have asked to do a second one.
I think there was a
I think
topic
there was
proposed,
talks of doing a
and,
second
and
one.
I think we
Yeah.
watched some episodes, but there was never anything scheduled.
my guess would be that very smartly,
Yeah.
Tor went, no, I'm not going to do
Tor
that.
probably said, "I'm done.
Right.
You guys have fun with that."
Hold on, if Tor, Jimmy, what were you doing then at that time?
I was the camera guy.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
It was in
right.
the cuck chair.
Right. That's Jimmy's cuck chair, right? So when when I take his job
Yes.
and he works for me,
Yeah.
he'll be right back in that cuck chair.
So, yeah. So,
We're only running the cameras because apparently running the cameras is the most difficult task in the
is.
galaxy.
It's
And
very-
nobody
There's some heat here.
can even be taught how to do it.
nobody can, and
What-
they can't be repaired either.
And they can't be repaired. Only Jim can run those cameras.
And they can only run through an iPad 1.
That's right. Right. We can't even consider doing the show another way because if that iPad goes away, the whole show vanishes.
So,
None of this
so when,
works. What?
yeah. So Joe went, yeah, exactly.
Right, and I am
All
not
those
exaggerating.
TVs could go, like the mics could go, they can all be replaced. If that iPad goes, it's fucking
It's
toast.
over. Nobody can.
All the logos are on there. No, it's like, I'm just kidding.
Dogs and cats living.
Yeah. So
Jimmy,
when
that's called
Jim
job security, Jimmy.
That's right.
So
Oh, he
when
knows
Jim
what he's
came
doing.
back, so when Jim came back to the show in like 2017 or 18, he would be back there, like helping produce the
now
show.
that you say, I remember him sitting back there.
Yeah, so he
And-
would. What he would
yes.
do is he'd sit back there on Tuesday nights, and then his dad would call him, and he'd leave the ringer on, and then everyone, and it'd disrupt the show.
Jimmy, do you miss sitting in the corner?
No.
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 Okay.
No. This is much more interactive, and I have an option to screw all kinds
Yeah,
of
I
things
mean, there's
up
more
over
pressure
here.
there. There's a lot more pressure
So
here.
many buttons.
It's a lot of buttons, a lot of pressure.
I like pushing those buttons.
Right, I try asking Jim even little bits about how to do this stuff, and
Don't you worry there, boy.
Hey, Jimmy, do you think we can play this audio live on the show tonight? No.
No.
It's just,
All right. Okay.
well, Sean, maybe you should go. Maybe you should zag here, and you should take over video, so you can watch him do everything else, and then just some random Tuesday, the combos changed on the lock.
Me.
I should shadow Jim.
No.
Oh yeah, you know what, Jim?
That'd be so great.
That'll be great. I'm gonna shadow you, and then in 7 days,
Right.
I'll be the executive producer. You'll work for me. You'll be back in that cuck chair.
Do you guarantee him a job when you take over?
This has been discussed. The cuck chair is always Jim's seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
And a small raise for Jimmy.
And you can't get rid of Jim. No, I believe it's a
moderate
pay
raise?
cut.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's getting more money, and I'm taking a
Oh, what the
shadow
heck?
with him.
Oh, right. Which reminds me, Joe, Chad's not here tonight, so I was told that you're covering the pay, right?
Jimmy, are we live on Facebook?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So now, look, I'm not going to put
I,
mine or Chad's business out on the streets. I'm going to write down the number that you're going to have to Venmo me.
Wait,
okay?
where's largemouth ass? We need a super chat.
He's back there.
So you're gonna
Let's
have
not that. Where's
so
that
Joe,
Venmo?
you're just going to have to send this Venmo over, okay, buddy?
I'll do what I can.
Does that say
And
$6,000?
believe me when I tell
That was
you,
a
He's
six.
still writing. He's still writing something. I'm
Still
not
putting
looking.
zeros down.
I'm not looking.
I don't
you just
know
send
that
this
many
over. We can't
combos
show
could
Dick
be.
because I don't think he gets so much, but you're going to have to send this over, okay, Joe?
To borrow a line from you, that's outrageous. That's no chance.
What do you mean?
No.
Well, wait a minute. I was told that
Could I interest you
I can't
in
talk to Jim about
exotic
it.
chips and apple
Yeah,
drinks?
because I can't know what
Oh,
he makes.
and this
Right.
Apple stuff is gross.
That's is that per show?
I told you what I get Venmo'd.
Yeah.
No, this is a week.
A week.
Yeah, you're going to
That's
take care of this week,
90
right?
minutes of Sean's time.
You're going to. Yeah, I'm very valuable.
Yeah. What is everyone
Well,
else?
no,
doing?
it's
I-
more like
Wait.
270 minutes of Sean's time.
But you've never
with
hosted
driving.
a show.
Really?
Well, but I'm hosting this show,
That's
so what
true.
do I get?
You get to pay us.
You're a sponsor.
You're supposed to be taking. You're supposed to have been taking.
I see what
Get
Chad
on the
did
air.
here then.
You get
you
free
paid to
advertising.
listen.
No, Joe.
I paid to be here, and I will pay extra
Joe, you.
for all of you.
You've supposed to have been taking super chats for the past hour and 30 minutes. Is what you're supposed to be doing.
Joe, look, what do you mean, what do you get? I've tried to throw it to you to do an ad read for Joe Azer multiple times.
It's
which
very
you won't
odd.
do.
It's very odd to read your own read. It's very odd.
Well,
How
if
do
you
you
won't
do
put
that?
yourself over, who will?
I'll tell you who will. Orgy Beard.
Hit it, Orgy.
Oh, double.
All
No,
right.
don't confuse him.
That
Glad
is
to do it.
okay. Let's see.
Real estate can be tricky. Timing is very important.
It's very
And
red
who
right
you
now.
hire matters. Call Joe at 571-989-2937. Tell him what's going on and let him work. He's done right by countless listeners, and he can help you too. 571-989-2937.
Oh, boy.
So close.
So close.
Save
This
it
is
now
not the important part.
and use it when you need it.
Thank you, O.Beard. Thank you.
Now, Joe was supposed to be reading his.
It's
his
odd, Sean.
read.
It's odd.
Oh, I'm happy to help.
I mean, Jimmy, can you get us? Can you get us onto the internet right now?
No.
I mean, no, not will you?
No, yes.
Could you?
Yes, I could.
Can we discuss? No, let's not discuss.
No, we
No.
cannot.
No.
Okay, let's not discuss.
Wait, what are we discussing?
I mean, Sean's number's
Joe,
growing.
I think Joe wants to ruin more things. No, this is the whole week. You'd be like paying it forward. This was like maybe so you're paying me for both shows, but that's because like you refuse to subscribe to the YouTube. I think
That
it's only
makes
right
sense.
that you cover.
I don't understand. I
That-
never
the feed.
refused to subscribe. I never said I'm not subscribed. I am subscribed.
So you just luckboxed your way into a free.
It's not a luck box. We have some very
is
benevolent
true.
and generous people, right, that take care of other people. I take care of people, and in that one forum, I get taken care of.
Well, apparently you can't take care of me with this number, Joe.
I'll do
I don't
my-
understand the problem.
I will make a call as soon as we're out of here and figure out how to get you taken care of, okay? I'm going to have to move some money around to pay you,
You're
apparently.
gonna have to move some money
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
No, there's no comma in this. What's the problem?
Yeah.
All right, Joe.
not
I don't want
one.
you to show anybody that, but don't tell me what that. But that's mine. My number.
This show got very expensive really quick, Jimmy.
You want to know what I wrote?
One of one.
I wrote the same number.
Yeah, look, that's what we get paid per week.
Don't worry, Joe. I just get stiffed out of bringing in food.
I don't want.
Oh,
Chad felt so
I
bad
don't
about
want
that.
you
Don't
saying-
go there.
It was Ant. It's not Chad's fault.
no,
It
definitely
was
Ant's fault.
completely Ant's fault.
Still, Chad felt terrible.
Chad's fine.
We can always blame Jim as well.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's purely
Yeah.
Ant and Jim.
Yeah. If Jim had any clue who was coming up here and what they were bringing, then maybe.
Or if you paid attention to the show where Chad specifically said, Orgy, bring these particular sandwiches in. And so the next Tuesday after they dropped.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's a Jim problem. That's an Ant-Man problem.
Well,
Well,
no, it's an orgy's wallet problem.
Yeah, it's really an orgy problem.
so many problems.
So many problems.
All right. So, Joe, next episode
I-
next week.
Yeah, listen. You think we're gonna get a second go at this?
You should ask Jim.
Let's not get excited just yet.
Okay.
I would recommend you listen to it. Go back and listen to it before you decide whether you think you'll get another one.
Well, listen. Just listening to the TED, the whole TED thing actually completely blew my mind. That he was entrusted with a microphone and the responsibility of hosting
Oh, yeah.
any show. And this is not a shot at TED in any way, but like I just want to hear it. It's not a shot. It's not a shot.
Yeah.
I want to hear it for myself.
Oh, you want to hear the
And the reason, and just to
What do you mean?
share.
It sounded a lot like this.
I mean, technically, he's the host of Toon Talk. There were two of those.
Yeah,
And there was a
Two?
live show.
that's right.
No, there was 3 Toon Talks.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 recorded and 1 done
One
at
was-
a live show.
Yeah, remember
One of them-
they headlined the live show.
I believe both of them, though, were part of the Founders Fiestas.
No, but the live show, I actually
one.
forgot
I think
about
just
the live
second
show.
one. I think just
There
of
was
them
one in
was
studio
Was
that
it?
was released just
Yeah.
I
somewhere.
think there was only 2. Yeah.
There was a Founders Fiesta one.
Yeah.
And then you're right,
Live
there
show.
was a live show one.
Yeah, Flying Ace.
At Flying Ace.
Didn't go well.
It didn't?
No.
It's difficult to rein in. Ted can kind of be reined in, but his brother only wanted to tell really depressing stories in
They
front
were
of a
very
live
depressing.
audience.
That was tough.
It was rough.
Oh, yeah,
He
the-
treated it like a therapist couch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Vented.
coming back now.
Let me tell you about the most
Well, I don't
painful
think we need
memories
to
of my
talk about
father.
Yeah.
Oh, you wanna
Here's
recount
where
them
our
now?
relationship was broken.
This is why
permanently.
Christmas sucked.
Whoa! All right,
Which
barkeep, 4 more.
Right, it probably helped beer sales that day.
Must have.
which Flying Ace show was that? Because
Didn't they headline that?
They did.
Didn't he?
Was Chad Duke's
Chad was
show
making
first.
jokes like I should have thought this through.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have headlined.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was all bitter. He realized it was like not the right. I think they were supposed to let it to him.
Right.
No.
And then somehow, right, the Chad Duke show did a live show, and then Toon Talk closed.
Was that the punt pass kick one?
No,
No, that
that was
was-
more recent than that.
Punt Pass and Kick was the Blitz Machine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was the chili cook-off, if I remember. That was actually Monk. That was the first time I learned how super competitive Monk was,
Oh, man.
because he was standing next to Bry and Uncle Bud, and there was somebody else. Who else?
Neil
Goat.
was doing it.
was
oh,
it Neil or
Goat.
Goat?
Goat had a chili.
Yeah.
It was 4 or
Oh, that's
5,
right,
yeah.
yeah.
And I remember Monk insisted that he be the first in row, in the row to like distribute the chili.
Yeah.
And he was loading people up with his chili. Like and it, to the point where whoever was next to him said, like, you're not leaving any space on the plate for us to put our samples in, or the little cups or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But that was the first show I think my first live show was that one. That was awesome.
Picked a good one.
Yeah, there was
that
also
was fun.
there was one where there was fishing contest.
Yes, that was early on in the show.
Monk, where did he buy a bunch of fish and throw
Yes.
them in that
Yes.
pond? Right,
That
Something
pond.
like that.
And they were all about as big as my hand.
Yes. But that
Right?
pond now should have decent sized bass in it.
That's true.
Yeah,
And it's a tiny pond.
that's my breakup pond.
It is.
So that's right.
Dick came the first time I've ever met any chick ever that Dick has been with, and meet would be a stretch. I saw
He saw.
Dick talking to her for 4 hours by the pond.
Yeah. I know. It was weird. I don't know why.
Like,
Yeah,
we
you-
could do 90 minutes on dick.
Yeah. Hey,
Well, I mean,
Spotlight.
Cart that up.
this turned to yeah. You do 90 minutes on just that. Just that day.
Right. I mean,
That
it was
was-
so astonishing to see Dick arrive with a woman and then not see him again unless you look down by the pond.
But you can also check back over the next several hours and
Oh,
still
yeah.
see me.
It was
Right.
a
It's
okay.
long conversation.
It was.
Anytime
was
you
a
got to
long-
that side of the pavilion, like, yeah, I'm still down there.
It's a long time.
That the fishing. There was some. What was the one? There was one that.
I think that was the kickball one. At the breakup
Oh
one, I'm pretty
my
sure it was the
God.
kickball.
I forgot about
Kickball
the
or
Pretty sure
wiffle ball?
when Kenny Kidd came down for was that?
That was
Or no, that
wiffle
was
ball.
wiffle
That was
ball.
wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball.
That's
Oh, wiffle ball. I'm
Someone
sorry,
dove
wiffle
into
ball, not
someone
kickball.
dove
Wiffle
into
ball, yeah.
home plate, right?
Yeah.
I think it was Monk actually, because he was still nursing his rib from the football game.
Yes.
He definitely
Oh,
dove
right.
for at least one catch in the wiffle ball game.
Yeah, he did.
I think I
And going down that little hill that we were playing
Yeah.
on.
But the
I
football
got,
game
I got
wasn't
an
a
in the
show
park
thing.
home run on that one.
That
Actually,
was a show thing.
and I was wearing skin tight clothing.
Yeah, the football game happened at Flying Ace as well.
No, there was one
No, there
football
was
game
one.
at the park.
The one where
Yeah.
Monk
Oh, that's
injured
right,
himself
the
was at the
park.
park.
Yeah.
There was no
Right.
show about that.
No, that was just something to do.
That
I
was
think,
yeah.
early.
What?
That's-
Yeah.
I don't know where the flag football came out of.
There was a wiffle ball that you're right. That was the Kenny Kidd.
But yeah,
Kenny
where
Kidd
did the
came
flag
from.
football stuff come out of? I don't even remember. Something probably Monk being braggadocious about something
Probably.
back then. I think that's probably
Well,
what it was.
There was a punt, pass, and kick.
Yeah, but no, the flag football one was way before that. It was
Okay.
like probably
It
the
was,
first
yeah.
year of
It
the
wasn't-
show.
It wasn't flag.
No, it wasn't. You're right.
Okay. But there was a couple other ones.
Punt, pass, and kick was one of my favorites just because that helmet that he had made for the prize was awesome.
That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It was one of my favorites. Is drive through at 30 yards, and I was so happy. I was like, "Wow, what happened?"
That's right.
Yeah,
the
I think
drive was
that
there.
grew out of a confluence of the Drab V Tour throwing thing
Yes.
and the Blitz game, like
Okay.
some release
Must
of
have
it
been
that,
with
yeah.
one of the arcade one-ups or something.
Yeah.
And so like that came together into like a football themed
Yeah, that's
winter
right.
show too, because I think it might have even been the week between like playoffs ending and Super Bowl or something like that. Because it was
That
definitely
sounds
like winter
familiar.
Yeah.
But Tor also had was it a kick contest with Anthony?
No,
Or am I misremembering that?
He had a sprinting
Yeah,
contest,
with-
but that was with Enoch, and Ant-Man just kind of...
I mean, it was
Yes.
supposed to be.
Those
I
are
mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
And they quit.
all the Flying Ace. We could do a whole show probably on just the Flying Ace,
Oh,
the
yeah.
live shows. The one that I personally remember vividly is Luigi Primo, which
He was
I-
so awesome.
he was
It was so much
awesome. It was awesome to see him like do his thing in person.
fun. The wrestling shtick.
Yeah,
And
all in
he
for
did it
90
up
minutes.
So well.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
was such a fun event, and the food was great. It was like
That was the
spaghetti,
spaghetti.
and
Yes.
lasagna. Like,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing.
Really
Yes.
good.
That was such a fun time.
Yeah.
And Luigi Primo was awesome. That was a great event. It's funny because they all kind of run together for me.
Yeah.
I think just probably
Well, I'm
a
trying to
lot of
figure
years
the
of heavy
reach
drug
ones.
use. It's all just one. But the live events are so much fun, and getting to see the other listeners and get to hang out
Yeah.
is a great time. And the shows are always good. But as a listener, like I love going to those.
Oh,
things
remember
and
the
seeing other
weigh-in
people.
with you and Ant-Man? What was that for?
Oh, the weight loss.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
right.
Weight loss.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't mean to
yeah,
interrupt.
weight
That
loss.
just hit me.
You're
that was
right.
another event there. Yeah, I mean,
And that
I
blew
remember
up.
taking photos of you guys out back as you guys were doing the face. Yeah, that did blow up.
That blew up, right?
Yeah.
That one blew up bad.
That's right.
Right, because if you're not really remembering that weigh-in, it's because I'm pretty sure it didn't exactly happen as described.
Oh, I don't remember now.
There was like a huge blow up maybe the night before on Solid Dudes, like leading into the
With
event.
Ant-Man, right?
Yeah, with
Ant-
Ant.
Ant-
He
yes.
threw like a tantrum
Because
the
he
night
was
before.
he was freaking out about not making weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy lost like 70 pounds for that.
Yeah, and Ant-Man had done nothing, really, I think.
No, I think
No,
Ant-Man
he
had
dropped.
lost
he
weight.
He lost
Weight.
like 40. He lost
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, he had lost a
But
bit.
it's
lost
so
some real weight.
Anthony is odd.
He's,
He will decide that he doesn't want to be shirtless, like suddenly.
It's very weird, yeah. He gets, yeah.
You're right. Because Friday night he decided to be shirtless on the stream
Right.
this past Friday. He just started undressing.
Well, he's been awfully full of himself.
Yeah,
I mean,
right now,
he is.
he's
That's
awfully
true.
full of himself. Right? Yeah.
Right. He's the best looking, the most handsome, gets the most women. I mean, if you ask him right now, he is, he's a Lothario. I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
What else happened at Flying Ace? There was
Well,
a
there's
pancake toss.
one of the more recent
pancake toss.
yeah.
That's right.
There's one of the more recent ones when Dukes wanted somebody to come up to be his co-host, and then Monk went up there and said, no, just didn't want to say anything. He just wanted to sit up there with him.
Oh, that was fun.
Which episode? You guys were doing like the Blitz competition, I think, in that one too.
One of the few.
Yeah. God, that was-
Wasn't there a pizza night?
That was the first live show after Tor left, because that's when I
Yes.
was a little enamored with sitting on the stage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
Jim was like, "Oh, I get to be up here."
I'm in the big boy chair.
and he had like the nice microphone and the nice stand and the nice
Jim
coax.
gave himself
corner,
the best
yes.
microphone,
Yeah, he had
the most
everything.
comfortable chair, the best seat in the house.
And I did this.
It
So,
didn't
yeah,
say a word.
And then he
Chad
sat
had
back
Jim and Monk, and neither one wanted to talk. It's so funny.
Yes, there was. You asked about the pizza night.
Pizza
There was the impromptu like pizza with friends.
Yes.
On like a weeknight up at Flying Ace.
Yeah.
And that was
Right.
great because that was really intimate, like
Yeah, that was just more of a hang.
hanging out, eating pizzas
Yeah.
at Flying Ace with your pals. And that was it was a lot of fun.
I think one of the more infamous moments was where I kind of got shine, but then it ended up biting me in the ass when it was a trivia contest. I think it was either Monk and Tor or Monk and Ant-Man, and you had to drink that fucking maple Lego
Yes.
my Eggo shit. And because they were hemming and hawing and taking too long, I decided, well, I'm going to drink all
Yes.
of this, and then I was a big problem for the next 4 hours.
Travis-
Because it was the diet maple syrup, right? 'Cause
Yes.
Well, I was hammered drunk immediately.
We also
Drink
just
that-
chugged like a whole
Yes.
bottle of like aspartame or something. You know,
He drank that whole
Oh.
bottle of that weird Eggo liqueur.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that.
He
Yeah.
stank.
Oh, my.
He stinks so bad.
God, Jim was blotto drunk, and he's
I forgot leaving. I
stunk.
just saw Jim like walking back and forth over the parking lot, like just carrying random things that weren't even his. It was
Isn't
so
that
weird.
the night that you wrecked your truck and claimed you definitely didn't wreck your truck?
Yeah.
It was always there. It was always
Wreck
there.
your truck?
Yeah, the side door. Yes.
Oh no, that's been rusted for years.
Yeah.
I thought you did. You chug the maple syrup too?
No, I
You
wasn't
did?
a
That
part
was
of
just-
that. No,
okay.
that was Tor.
Tor and Ant-Man,
Tor
I think.
and-
And
It's-
Drabby was on there too.
Was
I
Drab?
remember
I was
that
gonna
one
say
vividly
Casey, but I
because
wasn't sure.
Chad called me out of the. I was just there as an attendee, and he called me up to judge that. Actually, to call out who
okay.
won. Drabby was very reluctant to come up because I mean, who wants to drink 20 ounces of syrup?
Diet.
and it was diet syrup too.
No, but there was also a show where, if I remember correctly, I think Joe drank a ridiculous amount of soup at one of those shows too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I think there was some split pea soup.
Yes.
We know it's
He
funny.
did.
Yeah.
He chugged
Oh,
cans
I do
of
remember
soup.
Soup,
Split
like
pea,
tremendous
yeah.
amounts of
We
soup.
know it's funny because the show that got canceled when the previous show when Big O Deuce ended up getting canceled or ending was they had a live show planned. And one of the big things they were going to do that was like a canned soup donation for Joe.
Yeah.
And, like people were like, instead of like you had to like bring 2 different soups for him or something like this. It's ridiculous.
There was,
Yeah.
I mean, there was an era of a considerable amount of soup discussion on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was a
Turns out he didn't even like it. fucking weird.
That guy was so weird.
I mean, you could do 2 hours on the weirdos that have listened to
Yeah.
this show, been around this show. Like, look, we're all, I've said it, and I'm included. If you listen to talk radio like passionately, like you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not right. Like it doesn't attract many sane people. Like it's not the people it attracts are fucking weirdos. Like,
It's essentially talking to yourself without actually talking.
Right.
Yeah.
you're listening to this person talk for hours,
Without
depend-
being able to respond to the
Right.
Yeah. It's an interesting group of tracks.
but the live shows themselves, Sean, are. I think I met you at a live. I met most people at a live show for the first time. I actually remember. I think it was Punt,
Actually,
Pass,
that's-
and Kick is the first time I met Sean.
Actually, you totally reminded me. I totally forgot. That's how I met Dukes too. Was my friend who introduced me to the show before I ever interned. We went out to Fast Eddie's in Centerville
Oh, yeah.
for like a UFC event, and we were sitting on the other side of the bar, and like blue shorts and a bunch of like Othello, a few other guys were over there, and like we just weren't sure how to like introduce ourselves. And Chad ended up coming over and like introducing himself. But yeah, it was a live. I mean, that was just a live appearance that they were doing for the station, but it's certainly been an opening for a lot of people. I mean, the The Ultimate used to be a huge
Yeah.
way for people to come out and like meet people. We had a
What's
lot
the
of
other
people.
place they watched the fights at? Velocity 5.
Yeah, V5. Yeah, that was fun too.
The
That was-
Merrifield one?
And the live movie shows.
The Merrifield?
I think so.
Beer Fest.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the Beer Fest showing was
Beer
wild,
Fest showing
yeah.
was fun.
Or the at the old video game stores.
Yeah.
Hellbillies. Yeah.
I've also been a fan of a bunch of the concerts he's enabled, whether Slowy or the Eggs, and especially obviously the Riv Payton and
Yeah, the holiday
all
hoot.
that stuff.
The Halloween
Halloween
hoot last year. I'm going to share a little insight here.
Please.
Leading up to that, I saw probably 1/10 of the effort that Chad was putting in to organize that. It was legit work, and Chad was doing it himself. And he, I remember actually, I know Mikey's sitting here behind me, Mikey Sleep. Myself, Chad, and Mike I don't remember where we went, Mike, but we went and had pizza or something, and Chad was telling us, I'm working on, this was like February. He's like, I'm really close to locking this in. This is what I'm thinking of doing, this and that. And obviously we were all sharing a pizza, and Chad looked at us. He's like, can we pull this off? And Mike and I both said, yeah, absolutely. But that was 6, 7, 8 months of work and planning. And I remember that was actually, I kind of hate to admit it, but that was the first time I've seen the Pie Tasters live. And it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that whole show was amazing at the Tally Ho. It was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a very, very unique experience. And I know it was very special for Chad because he had never been able to get this collection of artists and performers into the same space at the same time.
Right.
And if I recall, I don't think he said a word that night except thank you for coming. Right? There was no show. There was no. I don't even think he introduced anybody. Maybe
He
opened.
went up like in between the bands and
Something.
talked to the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it.
But it wasn't like a show. It
Right.
was, this is a concert for a cause.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an amazing event.
It was.
That was a lot of fun, yeah. And seeing those bands is always great. And again, like, why are the live shows so fun? Because you get all the other listeners there, and everybody is having a great time. You get to see everybody drinking and laughing and having fun. And Chad's talked about it on the show, but if you haven't come out, like, you should. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's nice.
Yeah.
It is a good time to come out. And those live events are some of the best times.
Yeah.
Except for certain tall members of the show that go to a bikerish bar with you afterwards and proceed to deny knowing you.
Hey, Sean, you're
All
tall.
those of those
You
things.
can't be known.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man.
I believe that was the Halloween hoot, if I remember correctly.
I think it was.
Was that the Halloween hoot?
Oh, that...
I think that was the 500th.
No, I didn't make it to the 500.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
I happened
what
to be-
a
happened to be
revelation.
Well, feel free to sit
Yeah.
yourself back down, Roger. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, wow. Feel free to see yourself out of here.
On that note, wow.
All right, Joe, this is a good natural point to start winding down. I mean, you want to do this for another 90 minutes, or
Yeah,
what's
blame it
your
on me.
plan here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean did mention Revelation. Come on, man. You wanted to end with the CD.
What do you want from me,
Joe
Jimmy?
is tanked. Joe is
We are
gassed.
He's
we
lost
are
it.
only
Yeah.
on page 2 of 7 of my notes.
Yeah, we can't do all
Lock it
7
in,
notes.
boys. We're gonna keep going. Okay.
Definitely not.
Take a
I'm gonna
piss
stand
break,
up
stretch,
and
do
leave.
some jumping
Yeah,
jacks.
I'm just
We're
gonna
still going.
Let me go take a piss break.
I'll be
right
back,
back.
Joe. Lunatic.
It's been pissing for a week.
Yeah.
Joe just wants to do that, just hang out all night.
No,
Joe,
we haven't even gotten to the Commanders yet. What are you doing? We have so much to cover.
you do that on your show. Okay, on your time. Once I discovered you weren't even willing to pay this number I wrote down,
Yeah.
it's time to wrap it up, pal.
You just crossed it out and wrote another number. The number's
Couple
going
more
up.
zeros.
The number's
right.
Well, the
going
number
up.
keeps going up until he gets paid.
Right, that's right.
I mean, Jimmy, we really should. Well, look, assuming this gets played and people hear it and they don't hate it,
Okay.
and Chad doesn't hate it. Like,
Wow.
let's be very
It's a
clear.
lot of
Like,
ifs.
That's
a lot of things, right? There's enough stuff, and I know Sean was upset about my show prep because he told me it was just too long and too much, and just
was a
relax,
lot.
Joe. But there's enough here to do at least one more of these because we didn't get to we haven't talked about any of the hootenannies.
Right.
We haven't talked about, and there's been, at least 150 of them, I think, over the last 5 years. We haven't talked about the CD exclusives. You know, and that's actually, and I'll share openly here. I was most excited to talk about the CD exclusives because I think if out of everything else that happens in the universe, the Chad Dukes universe, the CD exclusives for me are top bill. I love the CD exclusives. Every one of them is unpredictable. There's the nostalgia of actually having to find a record player or a CD or some way to listen to it, and then it's physical media. Like there's very few things that are on physical media anymore. Like the only place I can listen to, and again, I'm just gonna share. I have to listen to those in my car because I don't have a CD player in my house. Like I don't know where people listen.
John
to the
Rage,
show.
would you get him a CD
They
player
sell
already?
them over at Commonwealth Dry Goods.
Yeah,
There we go. Hey, on September
This weekend, if you head over to
27th.
Commonwealth Dry Goods, you can get yourself a CD player.
See, he can
They've got
be
them
close.
right there.
He's great.
Yeah.
And it's very natural, very easy to do, Joe. You don't even have to crowbar them in.
There might even be some leftover full candles that just got released. They smell delicious.
Yeah.
When can I go to get my Prawns of Anarchy gear?
September 27th.
September 27th.
Yes. Got
Okay.
about 3 weeks from this weekend.
Okay.
Prawn energy drink, yes. Prawn chips,
I
no.
would double check that if I were
Hey,
you.
or
Right.
did you keep it?
Joe, I would double check that if I were you. One time, Jester congratulated Chad on an event that hadn't happened yet.
God damn it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I would double check that date. Just to be sure.
Holy shit.
That can't be real. What?
Hey, buddy, I hope it went well.
Joe, if you ever want to do another one of these shows, I'm gonna tell you how you pitch it. You go back through and you listen for all of the Jim fuck ups. And that is the show.
if you wanna
Because there
focus
has been
the show
some
on-
awesome
So it's
ones.
literally the
That,
best of Jim.
And then Anthony mispronouncing
stuff.
words. You know.
Ooh, that's a good theme, too.
I mean, Tor had a run on the show where he was actually
Yeah.
like clipping and trimming and sharing his mispronunciations and whatever on the show. That was a very short-lived Friday segment, if I
Yeah,
recall.
that's right.
It's actually wild to think how much stuff has happened on the show over.
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
It's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much.
I mean, I still remember, sitting here around the table for the first bourbons of the round table for one of the
Oh, yeah,
giveaway
before,
shows.
before there was a show.
Yeah, the 3 giveaway shows at the beginning. So it's amazing to think it's
I
been
think that was the
long.
first Chad Dukes show for subscribers was a Bourbons of the Round Table. Am I misremembering
It
that?
was either that or it was the Lost Rodcast episode, or the Forgotten Rodcast.
We didn't even
one.
talk about the Rodcast.
Yeah,
Those
I think
are-
there were a couple founders drops.
Those were founders
before
only.
the
So you
first
got the Bourbons of the
day.
Round Table, the Mandalorian show,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Rodcast
Okay.
and,
thing.
and the Lost Rodcast, I think, if you were a founder.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so much stuff. Rodcast was not recorded up here though, right?
No.
Rodcast was
No,
at
it was at
the-
Commonwealth Dry
at
Goods.
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
I mean, that deserves its own. The two that
Oh,
were
yeah.
copied to CDs are All right,
All
so
the
Sean,
tapes, too.
Sean, I'm going to count on you for parts 2 and 3 of this
Yeah.
show.
I'm not with any of these notes you have.
Yeah, we're gonna,
I mean, who
All
hates
right,
notes?
so-
Nobody hates
Joe,
notes
I'm
more
gonna
than
need
Sean.
a little bit more
I'm gonna
prep for the next episode.
I'm gonna sign your show sheet. Okay.
But if I am going to go through,
Whoa, that was abrupt.
Okay.
Does anyone know the significance of this song? Nobody.
no.
Jim Daddy,
I know this one.
tell me.
This was the last Does It Bump that Chad did.
This is the last one. This
Oh.
is a very recent one.
Wow.
Yes. All right, boys.
Oh,
Shall we be done?
I think so.
Dick, thank you very much for coming up.
Oh, thank you for having
This
me.
could not
It's
have
fun.
happened without you.
No, I don't believe you, but it was fun being here. So
Was
thank
it
you.
fun?
Yeah, I had a good time.
Orgy, thanks for sitting in.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Biker Sean, don't be upset.
I don't know why
Enjoy
you're
your
so
apple
nervous.
drink. Enjoy your apple drink.
I'll leave them all up here. I dare you.
Yeah, right
Jim-
now.
Jim Daddy, thank you for making this happen. I love you.
Thank you, man. Love you.
We're done.
I feel the power 3.
You know what I always say? Time's an art and friends a few. 10 out of fucking you.